top of the morning. It is a little before 6 a.m. It is time for me to do a bike workout. I actually have I don't know if you guys remember, last week I had that first the Ironman power pyramid. So last week was an hour and 5 minutes. Today is gonna be an hour and 7 minutes. So it's gonna get a lot harder. I'm just kidding. It's only 2 more minutes, so it shouldn't be anything too crazy, but only time will tell. But one thing I figured I would talk about is kind of like what I've learned when it comes to training indoors, because now that it's finally starting to warm up here in New York, I will be finally taking this bike off the trainer, hopefully within the next week or so. I feel like I've been saying that in the past couple of videos, but it's coming. I promise, just hang on. Trust me, I'm ready for it. I'm not just saying it to say it. I figured I'd kind of talk about, obviously, how indoor training has helped me so far with training. You know, this is my first time really doing a ton of training indoors. Last year for my first half Ironman, I would say a majority of my training was outside, so things really changed this time around, and I will slowly start doing more and more outdoor training, but I think I will keep a good portion of my training leading up to Lake Placid inside, just because there has been a ton of benefits, at least in my eyes. You know, as of right now, I'm averaging probably around between 12 to 14 hours a week training, and I would say right now, about 10 hours of that training has been done indoors each week. And I feel like that's where I have seen the most progress in my results, as you have probably seen from my recent fitness test compared to the first fitness test at the beginning of training. So I'm going to finish this and get my whole setup going over here, and I will hop on the bike and do this workout. So let's just get this day started. Need to take this off because I already know it's gonna get soaking wet. Honestly, cycling bibs are so funny. My girlfriend, she always makes fun of me if she sees me wearing this thing. She says I look like I'm in the circus. I feel like I could be a good circus ringleader. Listen, triathlon and cycling, it's not always, well, it's really never a beauty sport, so get used to it. So if you guys have been watching my videos, you know I do like basically all of my workouts, especially on the bike on Zwift. I gotta pick a route. This is like the most important part of doing indoor rides. All right, let's clip in. But yeah, so I do all of my cycling workouts, at least the ones indoors on Zwift. It's just so easy to actually follow the workout, and it's kind of cool riding up with everyone else around the world who is on this platform. But I usually ride in erg mode, especially for like workouts like this. It's just easier to not have to pay attention as much to the watts because it automatically will adjust the resistance accordingly. But then you can focus a little bit more on cadence and getting your cadence in the right spot, which what I'm learning is it's good for the cadence to be around 70 or higher, maybe around the 80. I feel like between 70 to 90, just depending on how you're feeling. That's generally when I'm feeling the best. But with indoor training, you know, I think the number one thing I can just start off by saying that I've learned, it's not fun. I mean, sometimes it can be, but most of the time it's not. It's just tough, especially when you have to spend hours and hours on the bike. For instance, if you guys haven't seen my previous video, this past weekend, I had a 5-hour brick workout that I had to do, and 4 hours and 15 minutes of that workout was me sitting right here on this bike, not going anywhere. It can just get really tough, and you really can get in your head a lot. That's one thing that you have to learn to power through. But I guess it's a good thing, right? It kind of builds mental toughness. When you're training indoors, there's not much external stimulus to kind of help you get through it. And it's easier to get bored and not want to put in the time, but you have to teach yourself to kind of just do it anyways. You definitely don't want to put in the time when you know on a Saturday that you're waking up and you know you're about to sit on this thing for the next 4.5 hours. Even though it may suck in the moment, it's gonna suck even more if come race day, you're not able to perform how you would like because you didn't put in the time. And that's one thing for me, come race day, I don't want to look back at all when it comes to my training and be like, damn, I really wish I would have just spent a little more time doing this. I wish I would have just spent a few more hours on the bike. I wish I would have gotten in those training sessions that I skipped because I didn't feel like doing them in the moment. I'm not letting myself down like that. Okay, so I'm still kind of in a warm up right now. I mean, it's really quick intervals at 15 seconds, as you can see, but it's not the main hard sets, which is the pyramid. I'll get to that in a few. But you know, with training inside, one thing that has been extremely beneficial is really just the fact that I've been able to be so consistent with my workouts. You know, obviously on the bike, it's really hard to go out when it's freezing cold outside. Maybe it's raining. Here in New York, I have a lot of traffic I have to deal with at times. There's just so many things that I cannot control outside, but I can control just about everything inside. And that has been extremely beneficial for me. And another thing, like, I work out and do most of my workouts early in the morning. So for me, especially with these bike rides, it's not safe for me to go outside and cycle early in the morning. I mean, I could put lights on my bike, but I just don't think it's the safest thing to do. Which, when my bike's inside on the trainer, I can hop on at 3 a.m. if I wanted to and not have any issues. I mean, not that I would, but just hypothetically speaking. So it's easier to be consistent with it because it doesn't matter what time of day it is, what the weather's like, I can still get the workout done. And training in a controlled environment has to be one of the biggest advantages when it comes to training for an Ironman, because it's so important to be able to be consistent with it all, you know? Also, I feel like it's so much easier to analyze how you are performing because of that controlled environment. Like, I can ride on the same routes here on Zwift and see how my past results stack up. I can focus more on my cadence, which right now it's high. But I can focus more on my cadence, pay less attention to my watch because I have erg mode on. And there's just a lot of things that I can be more focused on instead of worrying about traffic and things that are around me. And, you know, focusing on these average watts, focusing on my cadence is really what's gonna show up and help me be more prepared come race day. And just think, you know, me training on this trainer, as much as I hate it at times, I started at the beginning of training with my FTP at 186, 187, and I've gotten it all the way up to 242, which, you know, some people may have a better FTP than me, but I'm focused on myself, and that improvement I'm extremely happy with. And we're only halfway through training. There's still a lot more room to improve. The majority of my training moving forward will still be inside on this trainer, except for a lot of my long bike rides that I have on the weekends will start being outside. Plus, I joined a tri club called Empire Tri that I think I'm going to start up next weekend or in 2 weekends. I signed up for it. Next week is the first social meeting to learn more about it. But yeah, it'll be exciting to kind of have people to actually ride with now. Start meeting people in the triathlon community. It's always good to have training partners, you know? Shit, man. I just finished the top of the pyramid, which was 9 minutes at 195 watts, right into 5 minutes at 230. And now I'm about to make my way down the pyramid and hoping things get a little bit easier. And then I finish it off with a 5-minute cool down. I'm almost there. This is why training indoors is tough sometimes, because these workouts are a bitch. Okay. Oh God. All right, ride complete. 1 hour, 8 minutes, 22.7 miles. My average watts was 171. Ironman Power Pyramid workout complete. What do you think about that workout, Paul? Good boy. Look how big you are. We took him to the vet yesterday, and he is now 30 pounds. You're 30 pounds. When we got him, he was only 11. Isn't that crazy? They grow up so fast. But now I am going to change and then get outside for the 20-minute run off the bike. Again, I try to turn all of my bike workouts into brick workouts. You guys probably know the drill by now, unless you're new to the channel, of course. But yeah, let me change and get out the door. I can't wait to finish this run so I can get some Dunkin'. That's my treat for after these brick workouts. This 20-minute run feels like nothing compared to that long ass workout I did on Saturday. Instead of thinking about how bad I don't really want to do this right now, I'm comparing it to the run on Saturday. This is nothing. This is nothing. It's nice outside. I'm not wearing a jacket, I'm wearing shorts. Spring is coming, baby. Spring is coming. I know a lot of people will probably say that I should start doing more outdoor training to really prepare for the race. And don't worry, I am. As I get closer to race day, I will be doing a lot more outdoor training, especially because I feel like Lake Placid is going to be a very technical race from a bike perspective. I need to start getting used to hitting some sharp inclines, some sharp declines. And really the only way I'm gonna know how to do the declines properly is outside. Obviously I can't get a feel for a decline or a steep one on Zwift. There are some pretty sharp declines in Jersey. So as it's getting warmer, I will start doing more rides over into Jersey to focus on more of the technical aspects of the bike ride. But when it comes to the incline, climbing, I can mimic a lot of that on Zwift. Honestly, better than I probably can outside. But I've heard those declines riding down at Lake Placid can get pretty gnarly. That's why whenever I go and get my bike tune-up, which will be soon, I'm gonna look into getting aero bars installed as well, because I really want to learn how to use those for the race. One thing I love about running in New York is just the scenery. You know, there's so many things to look at, and it makes the run a lot more interesting. For instance, I just saw a homeless man taking a shit on the sidewalk. It's just so nice. Such a pretty sight early in the morning. Run complete. 20 minutes, 2.4 miles, 8:21 average pace. Not too shabby. Felt pretty good on that run. Again, that felt easy compared to Saturday's workout. You know, usually, today's Wednesday, by the way, usually I go to the gym for my first full body on Tuesdays, but I wasn't able to do it last night because I had a broker event at a new development that launched. I'm gonna have to go tonight because I don't have anything late in the evening. That's where it kind of comes down to, like, you just gotta be flexible with training and being able to move things around. Honestly, that's one thing I love a lot about using Training Peaks, that platform. But yesterday morning, I had a long swim. I have people comment on the video sometimes saying, like, you know, you're training for an Ironman, so you should probably be swimming. And I don't ever see you swim. And just because I'm not filming it doesn't mean I'm not doing it. If you follow me on Strava, then you'll see I did it. But I'll post that swim workout right here. I think it was like 3,400 yards. But I'm feeling stronger and stronger in the pool, I will say. Yesterday was like one of the first swims in a while that, even though it was really long, it seemed to go by like really quickly. I don't know, I feel like I'm just slowly getting more and more confident in the water, which again all comes with time. Nice workout for the morning, brick complete. Gonna pick up my coffee. Got work today, obviously. Have a few showings, and then gym tonight, and then start over tomorrow. Guys, I am absolutely starving right now. It is 2:08 and I was not able to eat lunch any sooner. And after the workout this morning, I feel like I need to eat all day long. That's how I always feel after doing any kind of brick workout. But I ended up being at one of our new listings that we're gonna be putting on soon for like 3 hours because we were rearranging it, getting it ready for photos. So running home, I gotta let Lucky out. I'm gonna pound this burrito. But Chipotle always lets me down. Like there's always something that they don't have, whether it's chips, their drink machine is down, whether they don't have like the dressing that I'm really wanting to use. I love their like salad dressing to put on like my burritos and my bowls, and it's just always something. And of course they didn't have the dressing, and to me that's like the best part of getting Chipotle. If you haven't had their salad dressing yet, I highly recommend. You know, I don't always like to get Chipotle for lunch, if I'm being honest, because I feel like I get so tired afterwards. But on a day like today when I'm starving and then I still have another workout to do later, it's gotta happen. It's just gotta happen. So let's check it out. It's like a baby. It's like a little baby. This is how big this thing is. Nice and tight. Again, I wish I had salad dressing though. Now that is better. All is right in the world again. Last bite. Okay, I'm starting to feel better now. I do know one thing. I already know I am gonna need a coffee in just a few minutes to bring me back to life, because I know once that food settles, your boy's gonna wanna take a nap on the couch, but that is not something that is possible right now, because I got shit to do. So you're gonna see our coffee drawer with all of our Nespresso pods. It's like our golden drawer. So this is all of our selections, but I'm gonna go with, this is the double espresso dolce. So yeah, this is what I need in my life right now to get me through the rest of this day. This will keep me awake. I have showing at 4:30, so in about 2 hours, and then I have that full body workout. So I need this to kind of just get me through the rest of the day. I'm relying on you solely to get me through the rest of the day. Okay, it is 5 o'clock and I just wrapped up my showing. This was actually a second showing for a buyer that came yesterday, and they came again with their parents to see it for a second time, which is always a good sign because that means that she liked it maybe just a little bit. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I get an offer from these people. But now, thank God I drank that coffee earlier, that double espresso, because I started getting a little tired after I ate that burrito, just like I was expecting. But now I actually brought my bag for the gym with me, because the thought of going home and then having to go to the gym, it was just gonna be mentally really challenging to get myself motivated to go. So I just went ahead and brought my bag. So now let me just turn off the lights here and let's go knock out that full body workout so that I can just relax for the rest of the day, because your boy is tired. I made it to the gym and now I just need to get mentally prepared to do this workout. These afternoon workouts are really just not my favorite. If you've been watching some of my past videos, you know that typically on Tuesdays I have to go in the afternoons just because of the way the workouts are, but then Thursdays, which is tomorrow, I have my speed run and then I'll do the weight workout right afterwards just so I don't have to come back. I'm not going to film this whole workout because honestly I just kind of want to get in here and get it done, but for today I will put up on the screen right here what the actual workout is. I've been doing this one for a couple weeks now, but every workout, which you'll see is 4 sets of 15 reps, because really the whole goal is to build muscular endurance. That's why I'm trying to do a lot of reps at one time. And to me, the first 2 exercises, which is the leg press and the weighted power step-ups, are the most important, because I feel like that's where I'm going to see a lot of improvement from these workouts that will correlate over into the bike and then into the run. So that's why I put those at the very beginning of the workout, just so that I'm not exhausted or not already tired, and I can really focus on those, and then the rest of it is really just upper body. So that's the plan for the day. Just going to stretch out, get my body loose, and get to it. You like my socks? They kind of match my outfit a little bit, but they're my work socks. They'll do. I just finished my workout. It was about, looks like 50 minutes total. I ended up not filming anything after I did those 2 leg exercises because the gym started getting crowded. This is like peak hour post work that everyone decides to come, of course. So I was like, I gotta get out of here. But I decided to come up on the roof of the gym to just finish this video. I always forget that our gym kind of has this. It was pretty nice because it has a nice little view of the city. But man, today was a tough day, I will say. It was just a long day. I had a lot to do work-wise. Obviously, I did 2, I guess 3 workouts if you split up the bike and the run this morning. But it was like a total of almost 2.5 hours of training today, which, I mean, I guess that's kind of just another day of training for an Ironman. It's really tough. Like, this shit is not easy. But I will say, I feel like my body is slowly adapting to having to do as much training as I am doing. So that's really good. And I'm also still every day building that mental muscle of just doing things even when I don't want to. And I feel like that's one of the things that I have really taken away from training for my half Ironman last year, training for my full Ironman this year. It's just the level of discipline that I am building in my daily life, not just in training, but in my personal life, in my professional life. You know, you really don't think about it on a day-to-day basis, but you know, that really builds up, it compounds when you're constantly doing things that you don't necessarily feel like doing. That's how you get ahead in life, because you know, we all know those people, and you may have been in a position, I know I have been in the past, where I wasn't improving or getting where I wanted to be in life because I just wasn't doing the hard things. I just wasn't doing the things that I needed to do because I just didn't feel like it at the time. So I'm definitely building that muscle, and you know, I'm learning and growing a lot through training, which is something that I'm happy that I'm documenting, just to kind of keep myself accountable with it all. And it would be good to look back on these videos in those days when I don't feel like doing anything and just be like, look at yourself back in this time. You did it anyways, even when you didn't want to, so you can do it now. Anyways, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now because I'm sure you guys don't really want to listen to it anymore. But overall, it was a great day. I wasn't planning on making this video like a day in the life type style, but that's kind of what it just turned into. So I hope you guys liked it. I enjoy making these videos, and I've really enjoyed uploading more than just once a week. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one.